Principal, graduates, friends, family, moms, dads, aunties, uncles, even my own parents, everyone welcome to your graduation. Before I begin, I would like to start with a confession, and it's that I'm very nervous presenting up here today, and I want to thank the team for putting me up first because I don't know how I would have managed watching all of you come and shake hands with the principal while I'm thinking what to say. So it's good that I get to come up here first. The reason why I'm so nervous is because to be able to speak here today in front of all of you at your graduation is a huge honor and it's a huge privilege. This is a very, very big moment in your lives. You have been through years and years of challenges, hurdles, experiences, and overall just so many different moments. I wanted this to be as special as all the others that you've had so far. Let's go through some of them. The first time you got your offers, the first time you got accepted, the first time you were on campus and got lost between Jenner Wing and Hunter Wing and all the other rooms, trying to figure out that the base rooms in the basement are different to the fourth floor ones. Good to know that wasn't just me. Your first lecture theater and teaching sessions, the first time the students hear about transfer or deciles or intercalation and everyone says they're not interested, but deep down everyone really wants it. Yeah. The first time you met your flatmates or close friends, wondering if they like you, and they're on the other side wondering if you like them, but it's all good now because you're all getting along and here together. Looking back at it, there were so many different moments, and each had their own significance, and each was unique in its own way. Some made us happy, some made us sad, some made us laugh, some made us cry. But there was one common theme amongst all of them: the fact that you got through it. And I guess that's what I'm here to remind you about today. Perseverance, persistence, determination. I think 3 synonyms is enough. It's that what has got you to this stage today. It's that which will take you forward tomorrow. And it's that what's going to take you forward for the rest of your life ahead. When I was trying to see what to say, I saw loads of cliche speeches and talks where students were saying, the good things in life don't come so easy. Well, I'm here today to tell you that even the bad things, the things we don't want, are not a walk in the park. So take the long route, work hard, and get what you want out of life. Never run away from your problems or fears. Run towards them, embrace them. Find your inner motivation by reminding yourself every single day why you are here and what you're trying to achieve. It's not going to get any easier from here. There are going to be a lot more hurdles and challenges, but that's okay, because now you have the tools from the experience you've had so far and all of your families and friends here with you to guide you through that journey. But under no circumstance, give up. I would like to finish by talking about something very special to me, and that's something that became even stronger during my time as president, and it's the Georgia spirit. I get students, even staff members, asking me, what is the Georgia spirit? What is it about? And I think after reflection, I may have figured it out. It's about inclusion, about diversity, about embracing and acknowledging our differences, whether it's about cultures, beliefs, religion, whatever. It's about growing up and developing in a very competitive environment, but still being able to support one another and recognize each other's success and victories and celebrate them. It's many things. That's what's so special about it. It's unique to everyone individually. Being in a healthcare university like St. George's, the thing we learn about most is working together with different people. That's why this Georgia spirit is so relevant. We learn that wherever you go, you will work in a team. And it's not about being the best in the team, but being the best for the team. And in the times like we have today, where we're talking about breaking bridges with our neighbors rather than building, leaving groups instead of joining and forming new ones, building great big walls to those who are trying to join us rather than breaking down the barriers, now is the time more than ever where I want you to remember this Georgia spirit as you go into the next chapters in your life. Not just when you go on to become good professionals, but as you become the next leaders of our society and of our world. Before I welcome Principal Jenny, I just want to say on behalf of the Students' Union and everyone here, a massive congratulations to not just you, the graduates, but also to your family and friends who guided you here. Well done, you deserve it.
Thank you very much. I would like to add my very warm welcome to everybody that is here today, graduates, fellows, parents, supporters, staff and friends. I'd particularly like to welcome the person sitting next to me, Wendy Thompson, as this is her first outing at St. George's graduation as the new Vice-Chancellor of the University of London. We are also honoured to be joined by Professor Helen Stokes-Lampard, who graduated a little while ago, not that long ago, from St. George's, and was also, while she was there, Student Union President. When you hear her speak, I think subliminally you'll recognise her voice immediately. She's often on Radio 4, pouring wisdom and common sense into sometimes slightly tetchy interviewers. We'll hear more of her later. But I'm also absolutely thrilled that Dr. Bobby Miller, Vice Dean for Medical Education at Marshall University, has come because we would really like to thank him very much for his outstanding support to our students on the former Into programme. He worked extremely hard to ensure that the clinical experience of our students in the States was as good as it could be. To all the staff that are here both on the stage and also in the audience, I can assure you they consider it a privilege to witness your graduation. It's a very important milestone. All of us have a responsibility for making, as Omar has referred to, the George's spirit, a vibrant, friendly community. We pride ourselves on being a place where all are valued and reflects the diversity of Tooting, but that extends far beyond the university and indeed worldwide, which I'll refer to a little later. If you've been at St. George's recently, you cannot help but notice that we are tackling the fabric of the university. We opened a new radiography suite, which is really state-of-the-art. And the hoardings went up outside the Student Union shop. And behind what were formerly a great deal of administrative offices, we've created a big space which is receiving a makeover. A new reception, student services offices, space to mingle, and alongside that, a new lecture theatre and teaching rooms. We hope that you'll come back and visit to see what we've done. Space is, of course, always going to be needed as we're continuing to expand. We're very pleased that this year we're going to launch a BSc in clinical pharmacology. This is particularly relevant. I'm sure not many of you have read the detail of the industrial strategy, but the pharmaceutical industry is an important part of it. And in developing this new programme, we have done the traditional considerations around the academic components and how it works, but we've also consulted widely and including industry in the formation of the programme to make sure we secure successful careers for its graduates. We are a research-intensive university and specialists in health. There are a number of areas that you may have heard of in the news, and I'd like to highlight the way that St George's is contributing to research in important areas. Firstly, our co-location with the Trust. It adds an amazing vibrancy and immediacy to the campus. And we are working closely together and are very pleased to report, for the first time in a year, we have recruited 10,000 patients onto clinical trials. Patients in clinical trials do better. They also have access to the newest therapies. And finally, it helps develop the future. Air pollution. We cannot often choose the air that we breathe, and we know that about 9,000 Londoners die prematurely because of this. But we recently have added to this knowledge with a study that rather worryingly shows that polluted air also heightens the risk of dementia. Next, exercise. I'm not sure whether you always reach your own personal goals, but I have to say that if you ever wanted incentivising, then the work of Tess Harris is relevant. She performed studies with the addition of a small, simple pedometer to measure the number of steps people took. This intervention was an important study because it didn't follow people up for a short term, it followed people up for many years. And at the end of many years, the group that walked more had far better outcomes than those that were more sedentary. Fewer heart attacks, fewer strokes, and suffered fewer fractures. So it may be intuitive, but it does need proving that exercise works, because we need to put effort and make sure that public health expenditure is doing the right things. So exercise is relevant to just about all of us in the room, but thankfully, another area of world-class research at George's relates to far fewer. That is often very young people dying suddenly without warning. 12 such cases occur in the UK every week. And 80% of these individuals, there's been no warning signs, no preamble. And so we investigate the causes, particularly related to cardiac issues, develop treatments, and help save lives. Our work in this area, I'm very proud to say, was a major feature in the national campaign Made at Uni, which is profiling the benefits to society of the university sector as a whole. Internationally, our work includes research into new treatments. For example, the neglected tropical disease of leishmaniasis. We developed possible therapies within laboratory settings, and these have now translated into oral therapies that have taken to the places in the world where they are most desperately needed. And my final example is that on World AIDS Day this year, we provided free training information about how effectively treat meningoencephalitis, particularly in an HIV-infected population, because it is a leading cause of death. And these literature and this process has been adopted widely, including by Médecins Sans Frontières. So our science may be created locally in Tooting, but has global benefit. One of my aims when I became principal of St George's just over 3 years ago was to increase visibility. I have found it interesting, stressful, and demanding the 3 years I'm just coming to complete as Chair of Medical Schools Council. There are other people who are also making important strides, and Jeanne Watkins is going to be coming on stage later. Jeanne is also stepping down from being president of the Faculty of Physician Associates. She has been working, and I'm pleased to give you some breaking news, that Physician Associates today have been announced by the Department of Health and Social Care to become a regulated profession by the GMC. So this is a real stride. Our Director of Finance, Nicola Arnold, has been appointed to the board of Advance HE, and Deborah Bowman, who's known to many for her profile in public engagement and as an ethicist, continues to broadcast on Radio 4. At Tooting, our Spotlight on Science events seem to attract a good number of the public, and most recently we had an interesting session on revolutionary treatment of cancer using the immune system. And finally, another star in our midst is Professor Mike Sharland. Mike has done a huge amount looking at the prescription of antibiotics and is really key to focusing on the problem of antimicrobial resistance. In recognition of this, he received a CBE in the most recent Queen's Birthday honours, which I think is only appropriate given his contribution. Now, I turn to you, the people who deserve our utmost praise and who are rightly the focus of today. It's rather tiresome, if I'm honest with you, the negative stereotypes in the press about snowflake generation and it's not like it used to be. I think it's absolutely not what I witness on a daily basis in my life. To graduate itself is an enormous achievement, and many of you have done this in combination with other activities, perhaps caring for others, or indeed holding down a job to help support you. Most of the St George's students are keen to develop the next generation coming through, those that are currently at school. This year, we launched Science Stars, a programme where students themselves went into schools. They were paired with students who were finding it tricky studying for the double science examinations and had been identified as needing extra support by their teachers. This has been a huge success, and all concerned have given brilliant feedback. Our students are also great ambassadors to recruiting into the various professions, and Khadija was outreach coordinator at Melanin Medics, an organisation to help more representation and black and ethnic minority diversity within the medical profession. I think obviously a very persuasive individual, because having recruited other people, more than 1,000 school students have been engaged with in the past year. We've won competitive prizes in cystic fibrosis, and also one of our specialisms at George's, again, a cup for anatomy. We seem to do anatomy particularly well, and when these competitions come up, I love it that we nearly always scoop them. For a school of this size, a university of our size, I have to say that we always punch above our weight when it comes to sports. And actually, speaking as somebody who ran the London Marathon this year, I can assure you for the first and the very last time, it was a pleasure to be joined and inspiring to have two students also complete the distance, them both supporting charities related to family members' conditions. Away from sport, Rupa, a medic who was already a published author when she joined us, was inspired to write a new series of children's books focusing on women in science, but also women of colour in science, which is usually hugely unrepresented. Finally, we've got a new Bridges Society in Global Health set up by one of our paramedic students that's already doing 8 days of volunteering this summer in Ghana. So I illustrate, just with a few examples here, the number of ways in which additional contributions are made. And finally, to your future. We have led the National League table for 4 years in a row about graduate prospects. Your degrees are in enormous demand and have flexibility. They offer access to a hugely wide variety of careers in diverse environments. The other excellent thing is that you will be able to make a meaningful contribution to society. And perhaps we take that element of our lives for granted. And believe it or not, only a minority of the UK workforce say that they do this on a daily basis. There will always be mixed emotions at a moment of transition. Student into the workplace, student into higher levels of study, relief and excitement, uncertainty. But I want to reassure you that you have been well prepared. You are in command of your future, and in fact, you probably have no idea where it will go. I don't think I did at the same stage. But I am absolutely delighted that you chose St. George's. I'd like you to go out and share your expertise and act as our ambassadors well into the future. Congratulations.
Right, we've now reached the part of the ceremony where we give the first of our Honorary Awards. I'm delighted to be introducing Professor Bobby Miller, who's sitting beside me here, Vice Dean of Medical Education at the Joan C. Edwards School of Medicine of Marshall University in West Virginia. He's a truly exceptional medical educator who worked tirelessly to enable the successful delivery of the highly ambitious and complex International MBBS program at Marshall University. The International MBBS program was designed to allow students to complete the early years of the MBBS program at St. George's in London and to complete the last 2 years at partner universities in the United States. Marshall was the first of our partner sites. Professor Miller has been a model colleague in setting up the program, always willing to explore innovative solutions to apparently intractable problems. Whatever they ask, with Bobby, the answer was always yes. I first visited Marshall in 2012, and at that point the school were just in the process of coming out of a probationary period imposed by the LCME, the US equivalent of the General Medical Council in assuring undergraduate medical education. Bobby's been an absolutely key individual in leading the turnaround there. The success was illustrated by the leader of our GMC visiting panel commenting that Marshall was the best medical school that he ever visited, bar none. That said, I suspect that there may be some alternative, slightly partisan views in this audience. Marshall, the place you really have to visit to understand what it has to offer. It's so much more than just a small former steel town with a somewhat dodgy airport. The enthusiasm for and commitment to medical education of all the faculty is truly inspiring and due in no small part to Professor Miller's leadership. Bobby Miller knows every student at Marshall by name, probably knows their partners' names, and it wouldn't surprise me if he knew the names of their pets. The level of individual care to our students has been truly exemplary as he guided them through the rigors of the program and on to postgraduate training. Students have always appreciated his wise, if sometimes difficult, advice. I had the privilege to attend a dinner to celebrate the graduation of the most recent cohort from Marshall earlier this year. It was attended by several alumni who'd actually stayed on at Marshall and were undergoing their postgraduate training there. was a truly impressive group of happy, developing young doctors, a real credit to their teachers. As well as bringing the skills of an exceptional clinician to his educational approach, Bobby also finds time to run a small hobby farm. Bobby owns one of the few chicken houses to possess a chandelier. You can ask him to explain that one over drinks later. I'm absolutely delighted to be able to commend Professor Miller for an incredibly well-deserved award of Honorary Fellowship of St George's, University of London. I now request you, Principal, by authority of Council, to admit Dr. Bobby Miller as an Honorary Fellow of St George's, University of London.
It's now time to greet former students whose achievements the university celebrates today. Principal, on behalf of St George's, University of London, may I present the graduates for the award of Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. Ali Abbas. Michael George Edward Abbott. Yasir Abdeladi. Jamila Addy. Saurabh Ahmed. Caroline Akladias. Farhad Alam. Zainab Abdouele Al-Rikabi. Adam Hussein Al-Sadi. Lisa Joldes Amani. Maria Anata Prakon. Samuel Kai Jia Ang. Bibian Kanechi and Ebueze. Hamad Anwar. Awarded the Bethuel Prize, Alice Rebecca Louise Arnott. Anna Artyushina. Haroon Ashraf. Hareen Azam. Suchita Bari. Samantha Bailey. Awarded the Brackenbury Prize in Medicine and Surgery and nominated for the Professor Tim Northfield Medal for Medicine, Lola Amber Baker-Beale. Abdurrahman Mohammed Barre. Seher Bashir. Vivara Bashkirova. Monica Bauer. Awarded the Brackenbury Prize in Medicine and Surgery and nominated for the Professor Tim Northfield Medal for Medicine, Ayel Ishal Ben David. Jordan Luke Bethel. Rhiannon Lily Bevan. Narulhaq bin Khairul. Awarded the Clinical Pharmacology and Therapeutics Prize, Christopher Richard Black. Nominated for the Professor Tim Northfield Medal for Medicine and the University of London Gold Medal Viva, Samuel Brockbank. Hannah Olivia Brooke Ball. Charlotte Elizabeth Brooks. Awarded the Professor Tim Northfield Medal for Medicine and nominated for the University of London Gold Medal Viva, Thomas Leon Philip Burns. Anika Butt. James Nicholas Cameron. Eleanor Cartwright. Manpreet Kaur Chahal. Zina Shagufta Chowdhury Daly. Timona Chetty. Ahmed Anwar Chowdhury. Janatal Marwa Chowdhury. Chura Ruheng Timothy. Samuel Richard Andrew Chun. Elagia Poppy Clancy. Alexander Clark. Elliot Clissold. Lindsay Rhea Crowley. Vaishnavi and Ashutosh Dandavate. Josephine Alice Darville Mills. Matthew James Dawson. Emily Day. Awarded the Bailey Brodie Clark and Thompson Prize in Paediatrics, Christopher Dixon. Joseph Dixon. Emma Wynne Dryden. Joseph Haldane Drisdale. Rebecca Rose Dugard. Michael William Dumont. Sarah L. Gamal. Zakaria Ali Ibrahim Elmi. Yuku Kweku Ogo Enchil Lawson. Matthew Eridge. Som Tachukwu Chigoze Aruchi. Tanya Ishmael. Grania Adelaide Mackenzie Esmond. Abhirami Ishwaravel. Graham Garside. Martin James Evans. Chakima Fakinahida. Rupa Rahman Faruqi. Jamila Fatima. Awarded the Kate Charles Prize in Obstetrics and Gynecology, Sophie Louise Fleiter. Craig Anthony Follis. Jigisha Gaglani. Jill Louise Geraghty. Stephen Joel Gilbert. Amat Singh Gill. Monit Corgill. Matthew Edward Kenneth Goodburn. Charles Joseph Gerald Goodmaker. Susan Rose Gorman. Isabel Kathleen Griffiths. Mittal Gupta. Radhika Geetanjali Gupta. Rose Alexandra Catherine Hall. Ellen Christina Harrison. Stephanie Sophia Hart. Farhat Fatima Hayat. Jonas Henrik Hayes. Melissa Hitu Burundi. Natasha Eleanor Howard.
Sorry.
Daniel John Howden. Verity Ann Hunt. Syed Tahir Hussain. Michalis Yosifidis. Imran Iqbal. Dominic Jude J. Karasing. Hana Shaheen Jeetun. Mohammed Saud Jr. Jawani. Michael Gareth William John. Shainika Kunan. Janath Katha Gama Chelvan. Manoj Amal Kelshika. Awarded the CRISP Prize in Psychological Medicine and the Hyla Mint Prize in Ophthalmology, Heshad Khalid. Danak Majid Khan. Farkunda Khan. Nadia Mumtaz Khan. Ibrahim Afzal Kawaja. Anushri Katani. Laura Ashley Clark. Katie Louise Knox. Jia Ming Ko. Alexander John Coisier. Rohit Rajiv Kumar. James Alexander Lake. Wei Yan Lau. Yunjin Lee. Edward Joseph Benjamin Leonard. Nicholas Gavin Lee. Lim Shu Wei. Gabriella Roxanne Littler. Awarded the Reshmi Varma Prize in Obstetrics and Gynecology, Lo Chui Shawn. Rita Lush. Sophia Beatrix Moeko Maiguma Wilson. Alina Malik. Karis Neve Mangan. Kate Victoria Mann. Michael Raymond Mantella. Chloe Elise Martin Brewster. Philip Andrew McCarthy. Emily Rose MacDonald. James Lawrence McIrvin. Dilshan Mendes. Oliver Mercer. Clarissa Sophia Metz. Andrew Toby Mayerson. Soraya Mia. Ibrahim Sami Mian. Abdul Karim Mirza. Christy Morris Moen. Darius Muganchi. Mohammed Rimzi Mohammed Reza. Mitzi Munno. Asim Nizar Mataza. Jonathan Ngomo. Joanna Abunifuola Abidre. Oluwashina Ade Oguntoye. Agnes Yetundi Okanlawon. Neka Okorocha. Emily Jane O'Malley. Awarded the A.C. Dornhurst Annual Prize, nominated for the Professor Tim Northfield Medal for Medicine and for the University of London Gold Medal Viva, Tess Ellen O'Neill. Emily Melissa Alexandra Orr. Taylor Jane Francis Owen. Samuel Peter William Paisley. Duncan Allen Timothy Polka. Zainali Panjwani. Haran Sai Paripurananthan. Rebecca Shoshana Parry. Ami Shailash Patel. Asma Ayab Patel. Ram Kishan Patel. Edward Ananda Bernard Pereira. Michael David Perry. Emma Margaret Pickersgill. Grace Pike. Elizabeth Tangam Pillai. Ganesh Prasad. Siddharth Praveen. Anthony George Pulikal. Nikita Prakash Punjabi. Awarded the Principal's Prize and the Brackenbury Prize in Medicine and Surgery, Amelia Elizabeth Rose Pusey. Vitasta Rayner. Abu Bakr Rajput. Maya Rakic. Oliver George Ralph. Gaida Khaled Ramadan. Josel Gadilin Mercado Ramirez. Rafe Ahmed Rana. Jacob Ranson. Amir Ahed Raza. Vaishnavi Reddy. Eleanor Jasmine Rees-Jones. Ramesa Reman. Mohammed Shayan Riaz. Caroline Louise Ryder Dobson. Awarded the Dermatology Prize, Julia Rinaldi. William Frederick Roberts. Sophia Rojas. Zachariah Roney Horlock. Ashley Brooke Roybal. Charlotte Ann Rusco Price. Nikhil Sachin Sadev. Sarah Raihana Binte Safuddin. Luai Ramzi Salfiti. Clara Salice. Leyland Sahi. Yusuf Amadeldin Osman Sali. Sherifatu Sandhu Ba. Arandeep Sandhu. Munavar Omed Ahmed Saki. Amrita Saravanan. Zara Naz Samtali. Ben Orlando Ihi Saya. Alexander Thomas MacDonald Skirfield. Mohammed Abdul Shafi. Shifa Shahid. Sinthuja Thanmagudra. Rahul Sharma. Hyunjin Jinishin. Nikita Ashwin Shroff. Ayushi Shakula. Manjot Singh Sidhu. Alexandra Sinclair. Ashvinder Singh. Awarded the Clinical Pharmacology and Therapeutics Prize and the Professor Joe Collier Prize for Excellence in Clinical Pharmacology, Hayley Jane Slater. Jaskiran Kaur Sodhi. Mansira Mamoon Sokar. Nisha Soni. Lee Andrew Stevenson. Cara Danielle Surtees. Fatima Tahera. Oliver Tame. Rudrik Nirav Thakkar. Marius Rohan Thivi Hatherson. Amal Thomas. Claire Louise Thomas. Sophia Isabel Tierney. Hannah Sarah Tribe. Leo James Trinick. Neil Trivedi. Deekshak Varma. Ruth Alice Varney. Divya Valji Vasani. Marcella Vaselli. Catherine Alexandra Helga Vaughan. Kirthana Vera Patara. Awarded the Brackenbury Prize in Medicine and Surgery and the Catherine Valles Prize, Matthew Lachlan McLean Vincent. Alberto Andres Vitores. Eleftheria Kyriakou Viras. Michelle Roxana Mashiri Vaughan. Rabia Asfal Warwick. Rebecca Kaylin Waters. Samuel Alexander Waterson. Victoria Leah Whitford. Maximilian Charles Gilbert Whitaker. George Williams. Samuel James Wood. Lu Yao. Awarded the Anesthesia and the Critical Care Medicine Prize, the Clinical Pharmacology and Therapeutics Prize, and nominated for the Professor Tim Norfield Medal for Medicine, Robert Andrew Yates. Swetha Sai Yatham. Mariam Zahir. Awarded the Curran Prize in Psychiatry, Alexander Kamia Zagaran. Ming Chu. For the award of Bachelor of Science in Human Life Sciences, Lara Tonsula. A large part of our MBBS teaching is delivered by doctors who work in our partner NHS trusts, and many of these colleagues see this as an important part of their role, educating the next generation of doctors. We want to recognise and applaud all those teachers who've contributed to our students' success. But a few stand out as especially dedicated and enthusiastic. They've received the most nominations by students when filling in their feedback over the last academic year, having provided excellent teaching. We therefore present to you the winners of the MBBS Undergraduate Teaching Awards. The winner from Croydon University Hospital is Dr. Renju Krishnan Chidambaram. The winner from Ashford and St Peter's Hospital is Dr. Mark Williams. Okay. I would now like to ask Dr. Judith Ibbison to introduce this afternoon's second honorary award.
Whoops. I think I'll leave that off while I do the speech. I'm really delighted to welcome Professor Helen Stokes-Lampard to the St George's ceremony today. It's roughly 30 years since her own graduation, not here, not even in Southwark Cathedral, but in the Monkton Theatre back at St George's. She's invited so that we can celebrate her outstanding contribution to the development, promotion and leadership of general practice as an academic discipline and clinical specialty. So Helen began life as a medical student at St George's in 1990, and her leadership potential was evident straight away when she was voted by her peer student body to be president of the Students' Union. She's well remembered by the academic leadership at the time of her presidency, and I quote Sean Hilton, who said, her considered, mature and spirited contributions were very welcome to university life, and you'll see more of the spirit in a minute. She's warmly remembered by that leadership for her robust support for them as they attempted to modernise the medical curriculum, which was meeting some resistance from the consultant body at the time. So after qualification, Helen began training as a gynecologist, but saw the great opportunities to have a greater impact on women's health through working in primary care research and practice. And so happily for the discipline, she changed to a training in general practice. On completion of that training, she set about researching improvements into the delivery of women's health services. For her PhD, she investigated cervical cancer screening for women after hysterectomy. Thereafter, she researched the impact of physical activity on menopausal symptoms and performed data linkage studies looking at conditions which predicted HIV infection. And finally, most recently, performed qualitative data on gynecological cancer screening. She was appointed clinical director for the Primary Care Clinical Trials Unit at Birmingham, and she also led undergraduate primary care education and postgraduate GP training there as well. All of this, of course, while delivering excellent clinical care to her patients registered at Westgate Practice in Birmingham and mentoring doctors in difficulty. Now, most doctors are consumed by an academic and a clinical role, but Helen also went on to have a third role at the Royal College of General Practitioners. She was appointed as the first female treasurer of the college in 2012, and then 3 years ago, those leadership and interpersonal skills first flexed at St George's Students' Union led to her being voted chairperson of the college by its membership. Helen's vision for primary care was revealed in her first address to conference in 2016, where she talked about Enid, an anonymised patient whose complex physical, psychological, and social needs were not going to be met by a simple prescription or indeed a perfect clinical guideline for one of her many health problems. Instead, Helen set out a powerful, academically robust and caring vision of how general practitioners and the teams they work in can deliver excellent personalised care for patients in the 21st century. The 3 years of her leadership of the RCGP have been a turbulent time for the discipline, dealing with the consequences of low investment in primary care, increasing workloads, and somewhat of a retention and recruitment crisis. But amidst this storm, Helen has steadily led the profession with a clear and optimistic voice on what's needed for primary care. She's developed constructive and respectful working relationships with other stakeholders, such as the Department of Health, the General Medical Council, and many others. She's dealt with the controversial and rapid introduction of digital interfaces into primary care. And amidst all of these challenges, she's always recognised the need for primary care and welcomed innovation, for change in primary care and welcomed innovation, evidence to benefit patients, whilst being a tough advocate for the resources that are needed to deliver those improvements. She's rarely been out of the news, In 2018, she was named one of the top influential healthcare experts by the Health Services Journal. We're very grateful to Helen that during that busy time, she welcomed a reconnection with St. George's, and she was appointed an honorary professor at the university in 2016. She's found time to give talks to staff and students, kindly agreed to be a keynote speaker at a research conference the GP group organised, and returning this year to present our first Julian Tudor Hart Student Prize for Primary Care Academic Research. So we welcome Professor Stokes-Lampard to the ceremony today, foremost for being a healthcare leader whose skills show the world, in times when autocratic leadership styles are becoming more prevalent, the power and effectiveness of a values-led, collaborative, and personally authentic leadership style. We look forward to her ongoing support and enrichment of primary care as a discipline on the national and international stage, whilst very much hoping she maintains her links with St. George's to continue to inspire our staff and students. I now request you, Principal, by the authority of Council, to admit Professor Helen Stokes-Lampard as an Honorary Doctor of Medicine at St. George's University of London.
Gosh. Vice-Chancellor, Chair, Principal, graduates, guests and friends, thank you so much. I'm truly honoured. I'm actually very humbled, slightly taking a deep breath and sticking nails into the palm of my hand at the moment, to receive this doctorate from the university I call home, St. George's. So my professional journey started in George's, as you've said. It was St. George's Hospital Medical School back in the day. I swiftly settled into student life in St. George's Grove. House 17 was the place to be seen. If you stayed there, we'll talk later. I quickly became involved in the Students' Union, so I'm delighted, Mohammed, that you spoke earlier. Thank you. We'll talk later. We were very proud of our longest student union bar in the country. We were proud of our modern, stunning facilities and our very progressive and inclusive attitudes. But we had our challenges back then. Smoking in the bar and all around level 2 was a major problem. Students were facing difficult political times. There was talk of introducing tuition fees, heaven forbid. We successfully fought them off back then. There was talk of St. George's making all essays typewritten for submission. With only a handful of computers available in the library back then, we were all rushing out to buy electronic typewriters. I have now aged myself dreadfully. But when I took over the role of Students' Union President in 1994, I took a sabbatical to do that, and this was quite a novel thing back then. And my big mission back then was to get the then Dean of the Medical School, Sir William Asher, to invest £240,000 of the hard-earned money of the medical school in installing fire escapes from level 2, so that the fire limit could raise from a rather measly 300 as it was then, and even back then, that was less than the student intake of years 1 and 2. We succeeded. They're not beautiful, but that's why you can have great parties at St. George's. But leading the Students' Union and sitting on so many university committees was a wonderful learning experience. I learned the power and the discipline of being very polite, but persistent. I learned the art of balancing competing interests, what the student body wanted versus what the academic body could deliver. And there are many tales that I could tell, but perhaps those are indeed for later. What I do know is that St. George's was and always will be ahead of the game. We had the first student counsellor in a medical school. We started talking openly about mental health challenges among students and about sexuality. We established the first medical school gay and lesbian society in the country. But we were also always ahead of the curve in terms of education. Our innovative programme, where students were out seeing patients from the earliest years of training, was so engaging. We visited patients in their homes, in prisons, in secure mental health units, enabling us to truly understand the social determinants of health, not just physical disease processes. And I still vividly recall some of the teaching I received back then in communication skills. The power of the Strathcona Theatre Group, a theatre group who are made up of people with physical and mental disabilities, teaching us using drama to be the best communicators we could be. And those skills stand me in great stead today. I've since done higher degrees at another university, forgive me. I've gained professional qualifications elsewhere, but none of it would be possible without my first degree here at St George's. St George's opened my eyes to the possible, gave me professional confidence, and of course, gave me the competence that MBBS provides. Since leaving St George's, my career has benefited hugely from the links with friends, the networks, the educators and the mentors that I've had here. You will never lose your George's links. I'm now a professor of GP education at another university, but I've relished being visiting professor with you for the past 3 years. It's truly been a privilege. I remain a partner in my own GP surgery in Lichfield in Staffordshire, and the challenge and reward of frontline clinical practice cannot and must never be understated. To be privileged to enter the dark and tender places of our patients' lives, to work out what matters to them, not just what's the matter with them. And I'm now blessed to be head of the largest of the medical royal colleges. And for the avoidance of doubt, GPs are consultants. We're consultants in general practice, we're expert medical generalists, and we all get CCT to become independent practitioners. And modern general practice is academically rigorous, hugely challenging and diverse. And if you have the aptitude to deal with the whole breadth of medicine and the intrinsic skill to enable you to handle risk, and you want to practice truly holistic care, you know where to find us. So my take-home message today is that there will be tough times, all of us in healthcare. It has always been tough, but our resilience, the training, your friends, your colleagues, and what George's has given you will see you through. You have received an excellent education, both the formal curriculum, which we're celebrating today, but also the informal curriculum, your integrity, your values, and your professionalism. Now, how you choose to use that is up to you. But you can do anything that you set your heart to. Your future is yours to shape. But no one achieves great success without the support of others. And I know I speak for all of the graduates here today, where I want to say thank you to you, the family, the friends, the partners, the supporters of everyone being celebrated. I'm very blessed to have outstanding support from both my parents and my husband who are here today. I won't make it too excruciating, but thank you so much. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Judith. And thank you, St George's, for this honour.
We now resume presenting the academic awards to our former students. Principal, on behalf of St George's University of London, may I present the postgraduates from the Physician Associate Program. Arjun Vijay War. Shabnam Alam. Aisha Ali. Hina Ali. Naima Ali. Koirul Amin. Renette Asari. Sarah Jasmine Omar. Jessica Nicolini. Rainer Capeglo Tete. Kelly Duong. Fauzia Imam. Nida Vasir Ahmed. Alice Yoko Anzai Jackson. Ellie Austin. Taljit Bakar. Diana Aljabouri. Sarah Brown. Fiona Burt. Georgia Louise Bickerton. Zakia Banu Dawood. Kirsty Louise Douglas. Samantha Kate Farnworth. Naomi Tyne Vesta. Rosanna Emily Ginger. Elizabeth Alice Gowdy. Saj Gulab. Lisa Gurung. Antonia Isabel Harris. Kimberly Hillman. Orakatul Jana. Nicole Japson. Simran Kaur Jasal. Deborah Jagede. Catherine Rose Key. Maria Shamim Khan. Isabel Lesser. Cecilia Jenga. Amina Mohammed Noor. Nessa Matilda Olu Davies. Fatima Omar. Bianca Ose Tutu. Emma Jasmine Page. Davina Patel. Danea Peters. Emma Penelope Phillips. Umia Rahman. Adrian William Mabarang Russell. Kunal Kirtikumar Sapat. Alice Rose Crawford Scott. Catherine Jane Sedgwick. Sophie Amandine Shattuck. Gurdev Singh Shari. Amy Mona Tollin. Jessie Udo. And Jeanne Watkins.
Principal, on behalf of St George's, may I present the remaining postgraduate and research degrees from the Graduate School. Janani Balasubramania Sarma. Mariam Khan. Jacopo Miotel. Jessica O'Hara. Hung Dan Fung. Parintha Sivaharan. Sumaya Abdullah. Dina Al-Hamajni. Aisha Al-Hamar. Amal Awad Saeed Ali Garshoom. Suzanne Sawaki. Mary Assumpta Josephine Kane. Aisha Azef. Andrew David Bell. Dominica Victoria Darks. Stephanie Alice Ivy. Julita Jodzimaiti. Thomas Linton Willoughby. Chelsea Jane Pitchley. Aifa Ruan. Awarded the Principal's Prize, Tariku Marcos Tadizo. Stephanie Nkirukar Urai. Lauren Susan Grace Wallace. Deborah Wejmelka. Isabel White. Lauren Victoria Wise. Mohammed Daniel Asgar. Yusra Majoka. Awarded the Principal Prize, Alexis Erin Davis. Narmada Nalanka Samar Singh. Sahir Zaib. Sarosh Ahmad Salah Khan. Christopher James Douglas Threppleton. Kyriakis Yanju. Principal for the award of Doctor of Medicine by Research for a thesis entitled The Identification of Liver Disease in E-antigen-negative chronic hepatitis B subjects and Optimizing Screening for Infection in the Community. I have the honor to present to you Dr. Gayatri Chakrabarti. Principal for the award of Doctor of Medicine by Research for a thesis entitled The Role of Apoptosis Genes in Breast Cancer with a Focus on Death-Associated Proteins, I have the honor to present to you Dr. Umar Wazir. Principal for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Development of Molecular Sensors for the Measurement of Glucose in Airway Secretions. I have the honor to present to you Dr. Jade Marie Barham. Principal for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled The Relationship Between Exacerbations of Chronic Obstructive Pulmonary Disease and the Systemic Vasculature, I have the honor to present to you Dr. Daniel Burridge. Principal for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Development and Evaluation of a Complex Rehabilitation Program for Use Following Lumbar Fusion Surgery, I have the honor to present to you Dr. James Greenwood. Principal for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Functional Role of Myristylated Alanine-Rich C-kinase Substrate in Regulating Vascular Tone, I have the honor to present to you Dr. Kazi Sultana Jahan. Principal for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Dual Function of WDR11 in the Pathogenesis of Hypogonadotrophic Hypogonadism, I have the honor to present to you Dr. Ji Young Sarah Lee. Principal for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Studies on Artemisinin Resistance and Polymorphisms in PF-ATP6, I have the honor to present to you Dr. Hatun Abdullah Niazi. Principal for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled The Development of an In Vitro Cerebral Organoid Model for the Investigation of Pathomolecular Mechanisms Associated with the Central Nervous System of Patients with Mitochondrial Neurogastrointestinal Encephalomyopathy, a Proof of Concept Study, I have the honor to present to you Dr. Dario Pacitti. Principal for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Control of Host Innate Immune Responses by Newcastle Disease Virus, I have the honor to present to you Dr. Manoja Rasamana Nikam. Principal, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Vascular Disease and COPD, I have the honour to present to you Dr. Sachelle Victoria Rookby. Principal, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Killer Cell Ig-like Receptor Genotype and T-Cell Phenotype, I have the honour to present to you Dr. Arifa Salam. Principal, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled The Contribution of the Cytotoxic Effector Molecule Granulysin released by gamma-delta 2 positive gamma-delta T cells to the migration and maturation of dendritic cells, I have the honour to present to you Dr. Emma Louise Sparrow. Principal, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Heteroresistance to Fluconasal and Human Cryptococcal Meningitis, I have the honour to present to you Dr. Neil Robert Hope Stone. Principal, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Exome Sequencing to Discover New Genes that Predispose to Thoracic Aortic Aneurysms and Dissections, I have the honour to present to you Dr. Yubong Alexander Wan. Principal, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Co-constructing a Conceptual Model of Participation After Stroke, a Grounded Theory Study, I have the honour to present to you Dr. Portia Carmen Woodman. Principal, that concludes the graduate awards to be presented at today's ceremony. I now invite Professor Jeanne Watkins to lead us in the St. George's Pledge.
So I now invite all of those who've graduated today to stand up and read the pledge, which you will find on the last page of the programme. So if you can all have sight of a programme. Thank you. So this is a pledge for all St. George's graduates. So if we can all read along together, please. I pledge myself and promise I will respect the learning and achievements of those professionals in whose steps I walk, and gladly share such knowledge as is mine with those who are to follow. I will apply to benefit humanity all measures which are required. I will remember that there is an art to all professional endeavours, and that warmth, compassion, and understanding may equal any other intervention. I will not be ashamed to say I know not, nor will I fail to call on my colleagues when the knowledge or skills of another are needed. I will respect the privacy of my fellow human beings, for their problems are not disclosed to me that the world may know. Most especially, I must tread with care where others place their trust in me. I will relate my work to the human state, which may affect a person's family and economic stability. I will remember that I remain a member of society with special obligations to all my fellow human beings, including the most vulnerable and marginalised. I make this declaration solemnly, freely, and in humility. So graduates can now sit, and I invite Michael Draper, Chair of Council, to close our ceremony today.
People sometimes say to me, Chair of Council, what's that all about? Well, Council is the governing body of the university, made up of a mixture of internal and external members, and it's our job to ensure that the governance of the university runs smoothly. However, one of my roles is to make a few remarks to draw this afternoon's ceremony to a close. St George's has a long and famous history as a teaching institution, tracing its roots back to 1733. Indeed, it has a unique history, as it remains the only university in the UK dedicated exclusively to biomedical science and healthcare. Today, you become the guardians and the inheritors of that unique and proud reputation. We celebrate that history, not simply to acknowledge what happened in the past, but as an inspiration to what we could all achieve in the future. Who knows how many future renowned practitioners or groundbreaking researchers are out there amongst us today. This event is always a great experience, as you see the future literally flash by before your eyes. On the evidence of today, and I address this remark primarily to the parents and other guests, perhaps we should not worry too much about the future. I think we're going to be in good hands. Now, there are some important contributions that we need to acknowledge before we close. This event is always inherently enjoyable, but I hope you would agree that that enjoyment is enhanced by the contribution of the musicians at the back. So can you please show your appreciation? Organising an event like this, getting everybody in the right seat, in the right kit, in the right place at the right time, filing across in exactly the right order, is no mean feat and involves quite a considerable team. So can I please ask you to show your appreciation to everybody involved in organising this afternoon's event. Now, I want you to think of all the people at St George's that you have encountered and who have helped you during your time here. Teachers, tutors, administrators, librarians, welfare officers, receptionists, everybody. There may have been one or two ups and downs with those people over the years. That would be entirely normal in any relationship. But I can tell you today that every single one of the team at St George's is hugely proud of your achievement today. So can I please ask you to thank everybody on the team at St George's who've helped you. I want to mention a group now that Helen Stokes-Lampard referred to a few minutes ago. The group that I call the special supporters. The parents, the grandparents, the brothers, sisters, friends, aunts, uncles, mentors, the people for whom your achievement today is also their achievement. You know who they are, they know who they are. Can I please ask everybody who has graduated this afternoon to rise to your feet and to give a standing ovation to your special supporters. Today, you also become fully fledged members of the St George's family. So just one little bit of nagging, please. Please remember to keep in touch. We want to learn all about your future achievements as your careers progress, so please let us know what's going on. But enough of that. Today is first and last all about your achievement. So, all together, one last time, can I please ask each of you who've graduated this afternoon to acknowledge your own achievement and that of your fellow graduates. And finally, can I please ask everyone to stand for the national anthem and then to remain standing as the academic procession leaves the hall.
Thank you.